do we have here, folks? 2015 Ford Escape. Oh, she's a little snug through here today. 125 630 on this one. Needs an exhaust. A little bit grumbly, not too bad. So we've got the system from the flex pipe back here, so from this flange back, I guess, is getting replaced. The resonator's rotted out, something's rotted out down here. I didn't look at it, so I'm not sure, but we'll get it chopped off and get the new one in. I've got our pile of parts over there on the ground, folks. Looks like we have the right stuff. Now this system from the factory is all welded. It's all one piece. To get it out, you'd have to drop the rear cradle, which we're not going to do. We're just going to take the torch and chop it off. And with that being said, I get questioned a lot on the cutting torch. Why do I use a torch? You know, you're better off with a grinder. You're better off with a cutoff wheel. You should use the Sawzall. You should, chew it off with your teeth, which I don't really understand. But some people will comment to the point where they talk about, how do you dare get that close to the gas tanks? How do you dare get that close to the gas lines? So on and so forth, which I guess could be a legitimate concern. If you've never run a torch, maybe there's some intimidation of using a cutting torch. I don't really know. I can tell you this, I've been doing this for over 20 years and almost daily have a cutting torch underneath the car, and I've never cut through a gas tank or a gas line. So I'm not sure what to tell you there. If you're using torch, control yourself. I guess don't stick it in the gas tank and don't cut the gas line. I'm not sure. There are some cases where, like say for example up here, like on these hangers, where I'm not going to go through and cut them because they're obviously stainless. This pipe is some sort of alloy, but has a fair amount of iron content in it, so it will still oxidize. So we still can use the cutting torch. But let's say for example, if I had to cut these hangers, yeah, I'm going to use a cutoff wheel just because they're stainless, and the torch doesn't work if it can't oxidize the metal. So that's that. That's why I use a torch, because I do. And anybody in the Northeast that works in a shop would tend to agree with me. A torch is our number one tool. So this heat shield here is all rotted away. I'm gonna try to get these nuts. Try to get them loose, and we'll maybe shove a fender washer behind them. At least get a couple of them loose. I don't know. She's pretty well whittled away. If it was my car and not a customer's, I would just throw that thing in the trash. But there's that little thing called liability, and people are so sue happy nowadays. You do something like that, they get you. That hanger there is looking pretty rough. Made out of aluminum. Aluminum here in the People's Republic of New York. This stuff disappears in salt just as fast as iron. I don't know if there's really much of anything left to these. The nuts that go on there, I think, are just like a tin, you know, bucket nut. I think they call it. I can't remember the technical name for them. Let's see here. Negative on that one. That one came out. Yeah, see, they're just a empty piece of tin. You know, just like a punched stamped nut, I guess. I'm using a RBRT socket, so we can hopefully get a bite on at least a couple of these. Not on that one. All right, we got a bite on that one. Sometimes they just do this where they just dissolve, you know, the tin just rots away on it. But we'll see. I think I screwed up my sequencing of turning the camera on and off. If I did. If I didn't, this is a repeat, but we put a fender washer behind there and put 2 of them back in. We were able to get 3 of these things off, and I did another one up front there. But I think I screwed up on my camera. I think I was recording when I wasn't supposed to, and vice versa. So this is back up here. These cars, Focuses, these Escapes and stuff are covered with this thing front to rear. And like I say, in the Northeast, these things just disappear. The salt and the aluminum and the metal they don't work well together. It would be nice to have a third one here, but these studs are they're just nothing left to them. So, it is what it is. It's better than it was. You can see the heat shields up front here aren't long for the world either. They're getting all rotted away, but yeah, the aluminum and steel doesn't get along too good with each other. Let's get a cleaner here. Let's whizzy wheel that up a little bit, get that clean, and then we'll start putting these pipes in. I don't know why they put such a big flange on that, you know what I mean, in comparison to this one. I mean, that's the way the OEM was too. But man, that's a big old sucker. I might have grabbed the wrong size bolts here. I looked at this one, thought 7/16 would fit. This one's all the way down to maybe 3/8 or 10 millimeter. Maybe we'll just run a drill through there. Okay. There, I just ran a 7/16 drill through those holes. They were pretty close to 7/16 as it was. I'm gonna run a bolt through this one. I just got some 7/16 by 1.5 bolts from upstairs. There, we've got our gasket. We'll stick that on there. We'll stick this baby on here. Should have went one size bigger, fella. I've got to get a 5/8 ratchet wrench. We'll run those through. We'll stick the nuts on here. Snug that up. 5/8 and an 11/16. There's that, so that should be good. Let's grab our clamps and get the intermediate pipe put in. So these are the clamps that we're using on this one. That's what it calls for. So we'll just stick that guy. Hopefully we can leave them off to the side so they're not hanging way down. So we'll leave that right there. Let me get the intermediate pipe. We're just gonna stick that there loosely. Let's get the muffler and get that hung up there also. Freaking aftermarket junk. Of course, this hanger on this side's not even in the ballpark. Just trying to get it all bent and tweaked where I think it should be. That's the problem, is when this goes through 15 different hands to get here. By the time it gets dropped half a dozen times, can't count on it being where it needs to be. Get you. Just kind of stick that about where it looks good. Make sure the gaps look good. That looks good. Now with this style clamp, your pipes don't slide over top of each other, okay? They're just butted, we'll say, like this. All right, so we're going to take, we're going to kind of get everything, we're going to get it kind of roughed in. We're going to start snugging up this clamp a little bit, just enough to lightly hold it. I want to kind of raise stuff up where it's going to be. And then what we want to do, probably what we should have done, is I want to mark the pipe so I know that we have this clamp on about halfway each way, if that makes sense to you. Come on, little guy. And then same thing on this one. Should have thought of this ahead of time, fella. 1 3/4. Which is right there. Okay. We'll stick that back in your mouth. We'll stick this up here. Okay, so now we know approximately, right? Because this was 3.5, wasn't it? Yeah, that's 3.5. Half of 3.5, 1 3/4. No, no, half is, you just tip it like that to 4 and then make your mark. But anyhow, now we have a rough idea that will be in the middle. So very lightly snug that. We're gonna push that one in. Push, push, push. Hey, Miss O? Mm-hmm. Remember that day?
Never ends.
Some of our longtime viewers know what I'm referencing. I say that to Mrs. O. Let's move you guys here. Straighten that up so that's nice and flat. We're in 1 3/4 on each side. I'm gonna snug it up just a little bit more. What are you doing out here, old girl?
Oh, that's a question.
Oh, all right. So let's take this thing loose here. I already marked our pipe 1 3/4 on this one on both sides because we're using the same kind of clamp. Let's see if we can't get her slipped on here. There we go. And then we're gonna have to kind of adjust it in our hanger to get these pipes to line up. Let me, I gotta move the camera here, folks. Get that too squared away. Tweak it around out here just a little bit. I did loosen up our front clamp there just a little bit more. I just want to get our opening here as close as possible. I gotta tweak things around. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's go snug that front one up a little more. She slid out a little bit. I'm gonna tighten that side up a little bit. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Oh, it gives it just enough friction. It holds itself. Beautiful. Good. There. Fancy. Checking those.
What kind of wiener do you want?
What kind of wiener do you want, Mrs. O?
I got a variety.
Oh, baby. What do we got?
I don't
Usually
know.
don't let me eat garbage.
Well,
Flip 'em over.
these are from your super customer.
Oh,
Mac and cheese lady.
Pop open, red and whites. Let's try these ones. Because she brought the famous meat sauce, right?
Well, you want one white, one red
That's correct.
wiener,
Yes, ma'am.
and not a German wiener.
Correct.
Okay.
You're a good sport, Mrs. O.
Ah.
All right, there's that. Hi, kitty. Hi, Luna. Do you know it's lunchtime? Is that why you came back? Are you hungry? Huh? You want in? You want to go get a snack? Here, you got some new treats today. Yeah. You got new treats. Come here. Sit. Luna, hey, come over here. Come here. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Hey, you want a treat? Sit down. No, you can't have the whole bag. Luna, come here. You gotta sit first. Sit. Shake. No, you gotta shake. Shake. Oh, good girl. I got to the camera now. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Here. Luna, you like a treat? Sit. Shake.
Yeah.
Both hands. Double paw. Oh, good girl.
Okay.
And there's our finished product with the jumbo flange. If anybody knows the purpose of that flange being that large, let me know, because I don't even have a guess, to be honest with you. The original one really wasn't rotted away. It was thick and hefty like that one. Not real sure. These clamps actually work pretty good, folks. We've used them on a number of vehicles with a style exhaust. Never really seen them leak or come apart. I think these are actually stainless. So the rest of the exhaust being Walker will rot out here in the next year or so. But it is what it is. It's either that or spend the thousands for a factory exhaust. Most people won't do that. you do?
What are you talking about?
You smoked them.
You don't like them like that?
What happened? You're usually so good.
I didn't know. I don't cook a lot of wieners.
Boy. There's so many wiener jokes I can make right now.
Oh,
but we're not gonna, okay?
Yeah.
We're gonna keep this rated G-ish.
Yeah.
Alright,
Are you ready?
Do you have the famous meat sauce? That's what we're supposed to be trying out today.
Yes.
Okay. Alright, I gotta close this video out.
Okay.
Wow, you really scorched those.
It's not even that hot.
Before we take this off, we should see what it sounds like. Make sure it's quiet. Contact. No. Lame-o. Can't even hear it running now. Alright, I guess they'll be happy with it. 125,630. Gotta put that on the bill. Well, that's it, folks. Exhaust on your Ford Escape. I had a lady in the other day with the miniature version, with the EcoSport, the little tiny, like, economical version of this thing. That needed exhaust. That was, I think that was a 19 or a 20. That was a newer one, and it was over $2,000. There was no aftermarket availability on it yet, and to buy it right from Ford, the center pipe was $1,000. The muffler was $1,000. It was insane what this girl had to pay to have the exhaust put on it. I recommended to her that she go to a muffler shop that bends pipe. However, those places are far and few between here. The only one left in Bath. Guy doesn't really like doing much work there, so it kind of put her in a hard spot. I encourage her to find somebody who bends pipe that can, just bend her up a new exhaust. But that's the way it is. These factory exhaust systems are crazy money, and as you see, like on this, they just don't last very long. You can buy 5 or 6 of these aftermarket Walker ones, which around here about 1.5 to 2 years, absolute tops. This will all be completely rotted off again. So, and I've tried a couple different brands. Unless you can buy a true full stainless steel one, which they don't make for a lot of applications, this is what you're up against. The Walker stuff is garbage. I mean, but it's all we can get. So we do what we do with what we have. That's what I have available to me. So that's that. Go down to the comment section. Miss O's got me all flustered over there. The reason we're eating hot dogs for lunch is a customer brought us in some of her homemade meat sauce, guaranteeing yes, it's the best, so she says. So anyhow, we'll see. Leave your best comment, questions, comments, the NSD, Facebook too. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.